Hey guys, Aubrey here. Today I'm doing the Eureka Math Grade 4 Module 5 Lesson 27 homework. So let's get started. Alright, number 1, draw a tape diagram to model each comparison. Use greater than, less than, or equal to compare. So A, 2 3/4, and we have 2 7/8. So first I'm gonna start with the 3/4 because they both have 2 as the whole numbers. So I'm just going to do 3/4. I'm going to shade that in. And now 2 7/8. Alright, so if you look at this, you can see the 7/8 is slightly greater. And if you cannot draw, you can draw 8 lines. You can see that really 3/4 is equal to 6/8. So 2 7/8 is greater. 2 7/8. Alright, now B, 2 6 and 1/3. So this is a 2 6. And this is a 1/3. So you can see they actually look equal. That means 1/3 is equal to 2 6. So these two fractions are equal. C, 5 3/8 and 5 1/4. Three eighths versus 1/4. So 1/4 can draw lines to 4/8. It's equal to 2/8. So 3 is greater than 2, which means 5 3/8 is greater. Now D. Here we have 5 9ths. I'm gonna shade in 5. And actually 21/3, that's equal to 7. This is actually, we don't even need a tape diagram because the whole here is 2 and here is 7, which is way greater than 2. So obviously 21/3 is greater. So actually we don't need a tape diagram. So on your homework you can just write no tape diagram needed. Alright, number 2. Use an area model to make like units. Then use greater than, less than, or equal to compare. So first, let's convert the 11/4 into a mixed fraction. So 11/4, that's equal to 2 3/4. So now we're comparing 2 4/5 and 2 3/4. So first, I'm gonna make this 4/5, and then split it now horizontally into 4ths. So that means 4/5. When we're converting it into 20ths, because that's the least common multiple of 5 and 4. It's equal to 16/20. Because 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 4 is 20. Now for our second area model, Okay. Now we're going to split horizontally into fourths. We're going to shoot in 3/4. And then split it into fifths. So that's 15 20ths. So 16 is greater than 15, which means 2 4/5 ones. Alright, now B. 2 3/5 versus 2 2/3. Let's see. So I'll shade this in 3/5. And I'll split into thirds vertically. It's equal to 9/15. And now I'm gonna split to thirds horizontally. Shoot in 2/3, and then split into fifths. So 2/3 is equal to 10/15. 10/15 is greater, which means 2 2/3 is greater than 2 3/5. Alright, next page. Alright, so A, we have 6 1/2 versus 6 3/8. Well, 1/2 and 3/8, so that's 6 1/2, but 6 3/8. 3/8 is less than 1/2, since half of 8 would be 4, and 3 is less than 4. So if this is 1/2 and this is less than 1/2, then 6 1/2 would be greater. Now B, 7 5/6 versus 11 12ths. What we can do, since we can't use halves to compare here, they're both greater than half, look at the denominator. We have 6, and we have, what happened to the camera? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we have 6 and we have 12. So what we can do, we know 6 times 2 is 12. So take the 5/6 and change it into 10/12. Still the same fraction, but just in a different form. 10 is less than 11, which means 11/12 would be greater. Alright. Oh my god. Alright. See? 3 6/10 versus 3 2/5. If you look at the denominator, you can see 5 times 2 is 10. So we can use 2/5 convert into tenths. Make sure you're multiplying the bottom and top. Top and bottom. So that's 4/10. 4/10 is less than 6/10. So 3 6/10 is greater. Now D, 2 2/5, 2 8/15. 5 times 3 is 15. So we can convert 2/5 times 3 on both sides. And you get 6/15, which is less than 8/15. So 2 8/15 is greater. E, 10/3 and 10/4. Remember, if the numerator is the same, look at the denominator. So, okay, we have 3 and 4. So since 3 is smaller, that means 10 is being split into fewer amount of groups. So each group, the size of each group will be bigger, which means 10/3 wins. And F, 12/4 versus 10/3. Alright, well, we know 12/4 is equal to 3. And 10/3 is equal to 3 and 1/3. So it has 1/3 extra, so it's still 1/3 more than 3, which means 10/3 wins. G, 38 ninths versus 4 and 2 twelfths. 38 ninths, that's 4 and 2 ninths. So now the numerator is the same, so we have to look at the denominator. 9 is less than 12, but that means 2 is being split into less amount of groups, so the size of each group is bigger. So 38 ninths wins. Now H, 23 fourths, 5 and 2 thirds. 23 fourths is equal to 5 and 3 fourths. So now we're comparing 5 and 3 fourths and 5 and 2 thirds. Well, actually, if you notice, both fractions are 1 away, or like one of the fractions away from 6. So like 5 and 2 thirds is 1/3 away from 6. And 5 and 3 fourths is 1/4 away from 6. Well, look here, 1/4 is also 1/3. But that means 5 and 3 fourths is only 1/4 away from 6, while 5 and 2 thirds is further away from 6, which means 5 and 3 fourths is greater. Now I, 38ths, 3 and 7 twelfths. 38 is equal to 3 and 6/8. So 3 and 6/8. We can, to 6/8. 8 and 12, what's a common multiple? 8, 24. So 6/8 times 3, because 8 times 3 is 24. 18 24ths. And 7 twelfths times 2, you get 14 24ths. So 18 24ths is greater than 14 24ths. So that means 38ths is greater. Now J, 10 and 3 fourths, 10 and 4 sixths. First what I want to do is simplify it. That's 10, 4 divided by 2 is 2 thirds. So again, 10 and 3 fourths is 1/4 away from 11, but 10 2 thirds is 1/3 away from 11. So 10 3 fourths is only 1/4 away from 11, which is less than 1/3, which means 10 and 2 thirds is further away from 11. So 10 and 3 fourths wins. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps. And please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps on my channel. See you guys next time. Bye!